So the next question, what do I do to convince an adult to seek psychiatric help? Ooh, child, this one's a hard one. So in the US, every adult has autonomy. So autonomy is the right, the ability to be able to make your own decisions. And so, uh, one of the difficult parts about making decisions is, well, actually, one of the good parts about making decisions is that you make them with your brain. The hiccup is if the brain is the problem, or if there's some kind of thing going on with said brain, is going to make it really hard to make a fully informed decision. And so I am constantly asked by adults, parents of adult children, or spouses of adults, if there are ways to be able to get their loved ones into psychiatric help and get them psychiatric care. And I would say yes, but so yes, there are lots of different ways. The first thing is just talk to them. Hey, Sam, I'm seeing these kind of concerns. Do you think they're concerns? Okay, they're happening a lot. Do you think you want to talk to somebody? Right? As long as you show compassion and validation and support, quite a few people will say, "Huh, yeah, okay, I've been noticing that as well. Maybe it is time to talk to someone." And that's like the easiest, best case scenario. It doesn't always happen that way. The next best way is to let them see what happens, because for a lot of people, denial is a real thing, and there's some human nature and some ego in there, that if someone brings you an issue and about you automatically become defensive. And so sometimes just letting that person experience whatever the issue is firsthand. So in other words, don't enable them, don't protect them from the natural consequences of their actions. Sometimes that's very helpful, and they'll go, every time I get into a relationship, it always ends badly. Is it them or is it me? It's you. Yay. And that means that you just identified something that you can work on, which is a really great thing. The hardest part is if that person is in denial and there's no way to get them to understand the chaos that they are creating around them, or that they are the chaos that they are enabling around them. Those are the hardest ones. And it becomes even harder if there's a substance involved. So alcohol is probably one of the absolute hardest ones, because unfortunately, quite a few folks who are having trouble with alcohol don't recognize just how much they drink, or they don't recognize how it affects their family or their school or their work. And sometimes that denial can be really, really deep. And so trying to get that person to get some type of help can be very, very difficult. And so again, there's a term called interventions. I'm not sure that that's always the best move. For some people, depending on their personality and temperament and their situation, it could work. For other people, I wouldn't recommend it. It just kind of depends. So again, talk to your healthcare clinician to make sure that you're running it by somebody who knows you really well. So be very careful with interventions. The stuff that you see on TV can be very problematic. So I'll just leave that at that. But yeah, so trying to get an adult into seek psychiatric care, it is a challenge. Very rarely do we ever employ the legal forcing of psychiatric treatment on people, but that'll be a whole other question. We may do a standalone topic on that. The best way to get folks care is just to show them that you care, and that you're worried about them, and that there are people around who can be an asset to them and help them feel better. So